Welcome everyone to a brand new CryptoCave video series. Since this is the first video in a series that I am kicking off now, I'm going to do things a little bit differently than what you may all see on YouTube. So one of the things I want to focus on is strategy. What I'm going to put in these videos, in this series at least, I'm going to talk about my current strategy, my current investments, how much I'm making, what I'm going to do with those and why. And then I will put that information in each description for each video. And as it changes over time, as my investments in theory go up, as my income goes up, you'll be able to look at the description. You'll be able to see exactly what it was at the time of the video. And if you want more detail, you can actually watch the video. So this will allow you to kind of follow me along with time. You're welcome to join me in my investment strategy if you think the reasoning is sound. Certainly go ahead and invest yourself. But otherwise, you can just enjoy watching me, hopefully make some money, maybe lose some money. We'll see. Should be interesting. So there's a lot of videos out there describing the portals I'm going to talk about today, so I'm not going to rehash all of that. I'm going to try to keep these videos short and to the point, under 5 minutes. Referrals are great. You'll see a lot of people talk about their referrals in other YouTube videos. But just to be a little different, and for my own reasoning, I'm not going to include anything about referrals in my strategy. And the main reason I'm going to do that is because referrals can come and go. You guys can, I certainly appreciate if you use my referral links. If you use the referral links, it doesn't cost you anything. And it adds a little bit of kickback to whatever program you're signing up under me. But if you ever leave that site or you don't invest in anything, then that referral goes away. So referrals are going to be coming and going, I imagine. So anything's a bonus is extra, and that's great, like I said, but I can't count on it for a long-term strategy. So I'm not going to, any of the strategy stuff, I'm not going to discuss referrals. So up to you. Use the links if you want. If not, don't worry about it. Also, as usual, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Click the red subscribe button, and also click the bell icon, so it'll notify you instantly whenever I upload a video. I plan on uploading videos to whenever I change my strategy, whenever I make a new investment, any of that kind of information. So if you want to follow along, it'd be best. This stuff changes, minute to minute. This whole market, it's really the Wild West out there. It's unregulated. There's a lot of misinformation being tossed around. I actually enjoy reading about all this stuff, so I'm going to be sharing with you guys everything that I learn and also my opinion. So hopefully this helps you. But you'll want to know as soon as anything changes, as soon as I adjust my strategy, you'll want to know why, in case you need to adjust your strategy. So highly suggest you hit the subscribe button and be alerted every time there's a video. So, all right, let's jump right into it then. The first tool I'm going to talk about, you can see on your screen now or see in the video now. This is BitConnect. There's a lot of other videos out there that talk about how to use BitConnect. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm really just going to talk about my strategy with BitConnect and why. I consider BitConnect a medium risk investment. You'll see a lot of videos out there about how high risk this is. The reason I consider it medium is because it's been around a while. It's really the grandfather of this kind of investment strategy. There's been others that have come and gone. BitConnect is still around. They've been around for almost 2 years now. And as you can see, I have invested my own money. This is cash money out of my pocket, out of my bank account. I dropped originally $470 in here. It's now up to $490. You can see here at the bottom that investment was on November 23rd. Today's November 30th. So just the week that I've had it in there, gone up and earned about $27.20. Doesn't sound like a whole lot of money, but how BitConnect works is really a compounding interest, and it's compounded daily. I highly recommend you research that. There's a lot of spreadsheets you'll find out there. I'll share one with you today that I've used. You can see it kind of talks about how this is going to work with BitConnect. I have $470. Put 0.8, that's actually kind of low. That's a very conservative estimate on interest, but it fluctuates around between 0.9 and 1.0. But you can see how my money is going to grow over time if I reinvest daily. And you can see 0 referrals. I don't care about referrals. I'm not counting that as far as my strategy is concerned. You can play with this spreadsheet. I'll put links to it in the description. But basically, my 180-day strategy on this, which is 6 months. If I do nothing and add nothing else to it and just reinvest daily, at the end of 6 months, I'll have my $470 will turn into $1,940, and I'll be earning $15 a day in interest. So that's pretty good on a $470 investment. And I can keep reinvesting that if I want, or I could take that $15 a day out. As if I keep reinvesting, you can see over time the daily interest continues to go up. At any time, I could stop reinvesting and just start collecting this every day. So it's at 299 days, which is when my original $470 amount, I can pull that back out. The value of my account will be around $5,000. Or value of my loans, I should say, is $5,000, and I'm earning $40 a day just for checking out BitConnect. So that's a pretty good investment, I think. That's more of the long-term idea with BitConnect. And I also plan on actually increasing this amount. You get bonuses at about once you invest more than $1,000, so you get a guaranteed 0.1%. Doesn't sound like much, but trust me, with compounding interest, that adds up quickly. But for now, I'm just going to kind of watch it and see how it goes. I've only been in it about a week. So you can see that I'm brand new to this as well, just as you guys probably are. I can't reinvest yet today, it's 7:20, but probably will be able to reinvest. This will be one you can only reinvest once it's above $10, so I'll be able to reinvest tomorrow, probably. So you can always check out what they're going to pay. You can see tomorrow's payment will be about 0.19. That's pretty low. But you know, it bounces around 0.54, 1.2, 1.3. You can find out, you know, 1 month, 3 month average. You can see where it kind of floats around 1%. Some spikes to almost 2. That's pretty good. You'll make some pretty good money back on doing that. So basically, that's BitConnect. That's where I have the most money in right now for as far as online investments. Let's move on to the next one. So one of the ones I am definitely going to invest in, I have not yet, because I've taken put $500 into my Coinbase account. I'm waiting for that to come in, but as soon as it does, I'll put it in here as well. This one is Hexabot. So it's slightly different from BitConnect. Where BitConnect kind of works on the volatility of BitConnect, it makes money whenever Bitcoin moves up or down, and that up or down movement produces variations in the price, and that's where Bitcoin makes their money. Hexabot, from my research, it looks like Hexabot really makes most of its money from the upward movement whenever Bitcoin moves up. And you can see this, they even include a chart on the site so you can kind of see the most recent movement on Bitcoin. And they give you a couple of different options to invest your money. They have a scalping, technical, and swing. You can see they talk about, you know, what it's paid in the last 24 hours, 21 days, 7 weeks. I'm going to be putting my money in swing. I'm willing to wait a week between payments. If that makes you, a week makes you nervous, put it in scalping. You won't earn as much per day. I did the math on this. Swing pays about 1% more per day than scalping. The catch is, though, you have to wait 7 days before you can pull your money out. Before you get your investment back, your payment, your interest payment. They pay out every Monday on all of these, where the scalping one, it pays out every day. Technical's kind of in the middle, pays out every 3 days. But for $500, I'm willing to leave it in for a week. I think they'll be around for at least another week. So I'll drop $500 in here as soon as I can. I'll make a video about that when I do. And we'll see what happens after a week. The other thing that's nice about Hexabot that's different than BitConnect, you can actually pull out all your money at any point. where BitConnect, if we go back here, you can see my initial $470 investment will be tied up for 299 days. You can see how they do that on this screen. So if we put $470, the last 30 days has been 1%. Let's kind of pick 6 months, 0.9. 30 days, and $33. So that's pretty good. But I won't get it back for 299 days, my initial investment, $470. If I do $1,010, I get $239. You can see here. Shortest term is if you do 10,000 or more, 120 days. That's a lot of money though, and I don't have. So not going to be doing that one. But to me, that's okay. I'm not really worried about the initial $470 because of the daily amount that I'll be making will add up to far more than $470 in a very short amount of time. The difference, though, for Hexabot is, yeah, you have the option of pulling out your initial investment. So if my $500, I can pull out any time. It goes into this wallet. This wallet, they do charge a 7% fee. A lot of people online, you'll find out complaining about that 7% fee, but think about it this way. A lot of you probably have a 401k. I have a 401k. If I want to pull money out of my 401k early, it costs me at least 10%, maybe 20%, depending on your program, to pull out any money in your 401k. So 7% for a 7-day investment. If you can't wait 7 days, and fine, go ahead and pay the 7%, but just wait your 7 days. If you don't reinvest, all your profit will go into this wallet and you can pull it straight out, no fees. So it's a little bit different, but I like it. I think it's a quicker short term. I don't plan on reinvesting a whole lot with this one. Maybe I'll do like a 25%. They do give you the option of changing how you do your compounding. Actually, I've got it set at 75% right now. I'm going to change that. Keep it at 25%. So when I do invest it, which means I can take out 75% of what I earned for each week with no fee, and 25% will be put back into the program for each week. And this will allow me to get my initial $500 out as fast as I can. At 24% interest per week, it'll take about 4 or 5 weeks for me to get my $500 back. At that point, I will probably bump this up to maybe 75% and start taking more advantage of this compounding interest. And they give you an example of how that works on the site. I consider this a medium to high risk investment. Hexabot has not been around that long. I think 3 months or something like that. You know, it hasn't not quite as proven, but seems to be pretty solid as far as I can tell. I think it'll be around at least a week, or at least 6 weeks to get my investment back. So once I get my investment back, I'll be a little more comfortable with it, and be willing to reinvest my profits and see where those go over a longer period of time. So we'll play with that. You'll see the videos as I update them. What happens with Hexabot? I'll keep an eye on it and the environment in the crypto world and see what happens. The next one I want to talk about today is Hashflare. I'm just going to touch on this briefly. Hashflare is an online mining contract company, and they sell contracts for online mining. I did the research on these. I'm not going to talk about all the different options too much. I put $140 into SHA-256. That got me 1 terahash. You can see it's now 1.04 terahash, and the reason being is that I do have it set to reinvest all the profit that I get out of this mining back into it. And the reason I'm doing that is because the difficulty of mining goes up regularly, especially on Bitcoin. And to maintain about what I see over here, I'm getting $1.73 a day. You have to keep reinvesting. So I've looked at the calculators online to try to see what the payout will be. And it'll take about 75 days for me to break even with this contract. So my plan is to reinvest until 75 days, which should keep my daily amount around $1.73. And then I'll start reinvesting, because after 75 days, it's pure profit. The catch with these online mining contracts, though, to keep in mind, is these are for 1 year. At the end of the year, whatever I bought, that 1 terahash goes to zero. So when you do your math on these, make sure you look at the how long it's going to take you to get your money back. In this case, 75 days. So out of the rest of the year, which is like 290 days or whatever it is, will be pure profit for me. That assumes the price of Bitcoin goes up, continues to go up relative to the difficulty, which it has for the past year. So I think there's a pretty good chance of that happening. So that's not a whole lot of money. This is more of an experiment for me. We're talking if I can make $631 in 1 year. $140 that would be my initial investment. They also charge a fee, so it works out to about 25 to 30% of each each amount that you create, each Bitcoin that you get out of this. That covers their cost of electricity, the hardware they buy to do this, and all that kind of stuff. 25% is not that bad, especially when you consider trying to buy all this stuff and set it up and run off your own electricity. So I'll pay that. So you got to figure that into your total also. So what I'm doing with this experiment, I'm just going to kind of keep an eye on it for a while. I want to see if the reinvesting covers the terahash, covers the difficulty level. I want to watch this amount, this daily amount, see if it goes up or down. Me reinvesting. At the end of the 75 days, I'll kind of decide then probably, do I want to put more in here or not? The nice thing though, the big bonus on this is that it's very low risk. These guys aren't going anywhere. Hashflare, Genesis Mining is another one. They've been around a while. They've been doing this stuff. They actually do mine. They're not some fake site. They're backed up with the hardware that does this work. They have data centers. I consider it low risk. I have no fear that they will be here a year from now. What the real fear is just whether this is actually profitable or a good place to put Bitcoin. So we'll see. We'll watch that over the next year. I'll give regular updates on that one. And then the last thing I'll talk about today around my strategy is what I'm doing with my home mining. I actually do have a miner set up at home. This is how I initially got into it. Let me show you guys a picture. There's my miner. You can see down here, it's basically I have 6 RX 580 cards mining away. I'm using NiceHash, which I like NiceHash for a couple of reasons. One, it pays you in Bitcoin no matter which coin that you use. You can see my mining payments for my 6 RX 580s over time. Works out to about $10 or so a day. That's the day that it's paid, and it's paid in Bitcoin each day. So the nice thing about being paid in Bitcoin though is Bitcoin continues to go up. So a mining payment I got a month ago is probably worth, or I should say maybe 2 months ago, is probably worth double than what it was the day I got it. So if you let it sit, not only will you get the mining payments each day, but as the price of Bitcoin goes up, what you let sit will also go up. So you get that profit in 2 different ways. The other thing I like about NiceHash is when it's using your cards to mine stuff, it has a variety of different altcoins that it can mine, including Bitcoin. And it'll switch between those hashes as the profitability goes up. So they're constantly readjusting that. It'll always mine the most profitable coin, depending on your hardware and what the market's doing at the time. And then no matter what it's mining, though, it pays you in Bitcoin, which is the one that is the most reliable, has been around the longest, and worth the most. All right. The only problem with home mining, in my case, is the electricity cost. I'm making $10 a day, $300 a month. It costs me $200 a month in electricity. So that's something to consider. I live in an area that's extremely expensive for electricity, so I'll make another video to talk more about that, about my home mining solution and what I'm going to do with that. But I plan on swapping out. Basically, I'm swapping it out for more electricity-friendly hardware. But the big, huge benefit of that is I own it. It's mine. I'm not relying on anybody else to keep that up. I keep it up myself. And I mine on it every day, and I can change it. I can stop it. I can switch how it works. I can use different hash algorithms. I can use different solutions. I can swap out the hardware, whatever I want to do. So that would be the absolute lowest risk one. but also the lowest profit. So that's basically it. I do have a couple of other items I am considering. HextraCoin is one of them. I think I have that up here for you guys. Here it is, HextraCoin. Very similar to BitConnect. I'm still researching this one. I haven't decided if I'm going to invest in it or not, so I'll have some more future lending on that, or future data on that. And then I want to show you guys a little bit, if you haven't heard about it, Coinbase. This is the easiest way I've found anyway to turn US dollars into Bitcoin. You can connect it directly to your account. As you can see, I have a couple of $500-ish cash deposits waiting to get turned into Bitcoin, pulling these directly out of my account. This will be my investment. It updates live. You can see the price of Bitcoin is about $9,500 today, $9,600. Hit a high of 10,262, so it's moving well. I highly recommend Coinbase. As far as keeping small dollar amounts in Coinbase, I'm fine with that. Eventually, if I start making real money with this, I'll try to look into a hardware wallet, and I'll make a video about that. But otherwise, thanks guys for your time. Make sure you leave comments in the comment section if you have any questions, and I'll keep you guys updated.